Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some Overwatch. I know those of you in the Discord already know that Overwatch is near and dear to my heart. I keep sharing all kinds of plays and highlights over in the Discord, so this comes as no surprise to you. I love playing it, and Hammond is, Wrecking Ball. I call him Hammond, that's the hamster's name. So if I flub it a little bit here or there with the swapping between Wrecking Ball and Hammond, you now know who I'm talking about. Anyway, I love playing tanks. I really like playing Hammond. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop into him. I'm going to go over a little bit of the stuff about him that I like and why I like to choose him and when he comes in the most handy. So just a quick overview of what he does. Here's the F1 menu. If you get into a new character and you want to see what they do, just hit F1 and you can see it. His primary weapon is his quad cannons. His ultimate is the minefield. It does some good stuff. I'll talk about placement on that later. The grappling claw may be his single most best feature. Oh, that and his shift ability, being able to roll around. So the grappling claw acts like a grappling hook. You grapple a thing and can swing. Roll is just you get in, get out a little bit faster. It's faster than most characters walking. It's on par with Soldier with his running. His pile driver, which I may missay as pound later in the video, is a great disorienter. So the action loop would go, well, hang on. Let's touch on the adaptive shield first. It creates a temporary personal shield. The amount increases with more enemies nearby, so if you're trying to hold down a point, that's really freaking handy. So, generally, how I approach a situation is I grapple, swing in, pile driver, pop my shield, get some hits off while I'm waiting for the grappling claw to refresh or come off of its cooldown, and then I grapple back out. And that's like most dive tanks. It's how you're going to need to handle that. So his main guns aren't terrible. So we got 2 kills on 1 clip with 15 rounds left. This is his rolling around. So you can see it is relatively quick. Yeah. Okay. So you can grapple onto all kinds of things. It comes in super duper handy for booping things off like that. You got to get these hooks down. If you don't get the hooks down, that's like his main feature. Anyway, we were gonna talk about his shield, which, let's get close to some enemies. You see down at the bottom left, that shield icon. When I step away from the training bots, it goes to 0. When I'm close to them, it goes to 2. So if I pop that, I get extra shields. How awesome is that? If I step away, it doesn't go away, but when it comes off a cooldown, we'll come back over here and take a look at those numbers as well. So, general loop, swing in, pound, pop his ult. So these don't do any damage to you, which is awesome. They just happen to walk through them. So you see what they do to each person. I don't have the numbers on exactly how much damage each one does, but it is appreciable. It is pretty darn good. And they stay out there for a little while too. They are good for area denial and denying a retreat. Okay, so we are outside of the range. Cooldown has come down. Pop that off again. We're at 700. So we get an extra 100 for everybody in the area, it seems. Cool. Well, that's about what I wanted to show you over here in the training range. So let's go shoot some actual bad guys. We are attack on Nepal at the shrine. So I'll get to show you some of the point lockdown and some of the other cool stuff. Once again, still against medium AI, just to kind of show off what he can do. Yes, I start every match by rolling away. There are a few exceptions that you can grapple onto the outside of the ship. There we go. Okay, so Hammond on this map. This is a very good place to spin. You don't want to spin on the ground. If you are spinning somewhere, you want to be at least 1 May wall high so you can get over those. Symmetra are really bad for you. There we go. I saw a nice big pile of enemies and dropped my pile driver on them. And if things start to get a little bit hairy, you get back up and off you go. Yeah, so that was pretty good. There's some interesting things about his spin like this. See, that's why we are 1 Mei wall high, because they have a Mei and she was messing up with my spin. Anyway, when you are in super fast mode like this, you're looking like a meteor, you reflect a lot of things. If you are at full speed, you can actually deflect a Reinhardt if he's charging at you most of the time. You can destroy any projectiles that I've come across for sure. Okay, there we go. And that's another good thing about spinning as a Hammond. If you get booped by a Lucio or any of the other characters that can boop, you just switch directions real quick. Just be very aware and ready to switch. But yeah, you're, I'm not going to say invincible in this mode, but you deflect a lot of stuff coming at you when you're spinning like this. We'll let it spin down so you can see the different colors, because as you slow down, you can see that it changes colors, and it is entirely speed dependent. There we go. And Lucio coming in, disorient, and then shoot him while he's in the air. Boom. Got it. Done. Cool. Let's see. What else would we like to share? Oh, excellent opportunity to boot people off, disorient, shield, and then start shooting. Preferably not the Zarya shield. I'm not going to call him a tank eater, but he definitely eats DPS like there is no tomorrow. Stupid Mei, get out of my face. He's good for getting in and getting out. The normal loop for a dive tank is you dive in, use your mobility, you get behind the lines, disorient, shield, and deal some damage. Okay, we're here at the last little bit. So spinning is a good opportunity, a good option right here, right now. Da-da-da. Hey, Mei. Okay, so if you see this, not a terrible idea to pop one of these, because when she comes out, boom, she's done. That works for a lot of things. Zen can actually protect people from those if they go through all of them. So be very careful about watching for your Zen ults. He will cancel that, and it will suck. Sigma, one of our new characters, he can shove his shield through the minefield, take them all out in one go, and nobody takes any damage. It is so frustrating to see that. Back to the spinning real quick. If you are spinning and you are not high enough, places like Lijiang Tower, I think it is, you can't get high. You can't get 1 Mei wall high. You can still make it work. You can still get over the Mei walls, which is all good. But you have to start watching out for stunners, like this guy here, Doomfist. He can stun you. Brigitte can stun. If you've got a really good Ana, she can and will stun you. Or, well, I guess sleep may be the right word for that. But she will sleep you and make your day miserable, because if you're not on the move, you are dead. Got it? Keep moving. The pile driver doesn't actually do a heck of a lot of damage, but it does put people, or put the enemy side up in the air where your team can wail on them. It is kind of disorienting to get slammed. Like, it is definitely, you're not where you thought you were, for one. And if you see, like, Sigma here, if Sigma decides he's gonna pop his ult, he only does about half of the life of most of the characters that he picks up. Tanks generally tend to be a bit better, but if you see him pick them up and they don't die on their way down, slam right after, and you'll take out a bunch of them. Let's see, what else do we want? Yeah, we've done placement. Oh, there we go. Oh no, we've been hacked. That's definitely still something to look for, keep an eye out for. Didn't get enough height on that that swing, on that grapple swing. So it did not go well for me. I was not able to get in my pile driver and do the damage that I wanted. Yeah. We're about to have our ult again, and that, once again, is great for area denial. I'm not the perfect grappler. You get better the longer you play. Haha, gotcha. Well, didn't actually get you, but gonna get the rest of the team because these are AI and they are dumb, and they don't know how to deal with ults. Cool stuff. Yeah, that shield saved my life right there. Do not hesitate. While you're spinning, keep that on cooldown. It will make your healer's job a bit easier. Speaking of healers, ideal healers would be someone like a really good Ana. She can hit you. If she can hit you, you can stay alive. Places like the tower on Nepal that we just came from. That, you kind of need a Moira for. If she tosses one of those heal balls at you, then you're golden. You'll stay healed up in that area, assuming that you've got a decent Moira. Let's see. What else do we have? Things that we wanted to show. Brigittas are good if you back them up quite well. You absolutely have to back them up. Oh, hey, Zarya got a thing. Anyway, let's go back to a regular training session and talk about some of the final thoughts on Hammond, or Wrecking Ball, I should say. Overall, I think Wrecking Ball is an excellent dive tank. If you're in a bind, he's a good somebody to pick up. If you're spending most of your time walking across the ground like this, you're doing him wrong. You need to be rolling, you need to be swinging, you got to keep that grapple on cooldown, and while you're spinning, don't forget, keep that shield on cooldown. It will make your healers' lives so much easier, and also yours. I've held for 6 minutes on point, spinning around Lijiang Tower, I believe it was. Yeah, just sat there spinning. I occasionally got some heals, but I was out of the line of sight, more than one Mei wall high, and I kept that shield on cooldown. And I lasted for 6 minutes of them trying to kill me up there. Great dive tank. He's actually pretty good at getting away too. Once he hooks, he gets up to speed really quick. I'm gonna let that get back down on cooldown and show you how fast he gets up to speed. If you've got a long commute, like you just got to get there and you got to get there right now, you hook and you can let go and just keep moving. You can actually drive that around a little bit after the fact. Let's see. When to choose Wrecking Ball. Yes, he's a good tank. Yes, he's a good dive tank. I can make him work on defense by just denying the other team the chance to organize. If you've played for a little while, you know that team organization is absolutely key. The more together your team is, the better you guys will do. So yeah, if I can keep them disoriented, I'm doing my job and I'm massively helping out the team, whether that's on defense or on attack. Obviously, attack is probably the better way to go with him. If your team is really hurting to hold down the point, you don't have somebody that can hold down the point, Hammond is not a terrible option. Just be aware, he's only got 600 health. I know I said only, but you compare him to some of the other tanks, like if you add in Rhine's shield to his health, it is insane. Same thing for Sigma. If you take into account that they have a shield and the other abilities that they have, Hammond is on the light side unless he is deep down in the thick of it. But he is built from the ground up to be an excellent dive tank. Just do a little bit of practice on your own. Take him out in a couple of different kinds of matches before you start trying to swing a match with swing a match with Wrecking Ball at the last second. Once again, like I said, I know I can do it, but it's taken a lot of practice to do that. And some of my most satisfying kills were just like that, booping somebody off of an edge. I booped almost an entire team off at one point. Anyway, yeah, that I think is going to do it for Wrecking Ball. I think that's all that I really wanted to share. If you want to see more of this kind of thing, definitely let me know. Hang out in the Discord while you're there. Check out the share your content area, which is where I put the plays of the game and the highlights and things from my times in Overwatch. And you can see some of the stuff that I do that I'm actually proud of when I'm playing as Hammond. Well, it looks like that's going to do it for us today, guys. I wanted to say thank you for hanging around this long. If you did and you haven't already hit subscribe, please do. Just so you don't miss out on any of the other cool stuff coming on down the road. If you'd like to hang out with us, please hit us up on Discord. Link is in the About section on the channel, or you can go to discord.wonsnot.com, and I will see you guys in the next one.